Welcome to Unfinished Business, powered by Rice Bowl, the venture builder where ideas get built but not pitched. I'm Rina Neo, the co-founder of Rice Bowl. And after years of working with founders as an angel investors and VC, I've learned that every successful brand starts with a simple belief and someone brave enough to keep going when things get messy. For women founders, the journey can even be harder. We're building a brand, battling biasness, expectations, and everything else in between. And this is why these podcasts exist, to share the real, raw, and still in progress stories behind the brands we love. At Rice Bowl, as usual, we explore entrepreneurship through what we call the 70s. The technology, the trend, traction, teams, terms, trajectory, and the most important thing, total addressable market. The way of breaking down what really matters to business ventures beyond the buzzwords and the glossy pitch decks. Today, we're diving into trend and traction, how founders read the market, ride the right waves, and turn followers into loyal fans. And our guest today does exactly that. She turns skincare into confidence, confidence into community. And we're speaking to the Pastel Shop, a Malaysian skincare brand that combines clean formulas, affordability, local identity into something truly refreshing. In a world flooded by K-beauty, the Pastel Shop, a truly Malaysian beauty brand, has its own glow. Inclusive, honest, and proudly homegrown. Together with me today is founder Puan Sarini, fondly known as Sarini, the woman who turned her love for beauty into a fast-growing brand loved by thousands. Welcome, Tini, to the Unfinished Business. Now, sebenarnya, how did the Pastel Shop started?
Okay, macam mana the Pastel Shop bermula lah?
Yes, bermula. Was it always meant to be a skincare brand? Because I understand you studied chemistry.
Yes.
Something very technical.
Yeah.
And in Korea, right?
Yes.
And was it like your childhood dream ke nak build satu brand ke? Or was it totally, it was just an aha moment?
Okay, to be honest, I'm growing up from orang kata humble background lah. So if we have B40, I'm lower than B40, coming from those backgrounds. So I'm not exposed to those skincare industries, skincare business actually. And I'm growing up using the tepung
bedak sejuk.
Bedak sejuk. Yeah, bedak
sejuk. I pun guna dulu.
And
my grandma forced me to do it.
My grandma even crush the sotong punya tulang to make the bedak sejuk.
Betul
actually,
ke?
yeah, it's actually coming from that
Oh,
actually.
wow.
So growing up, bukannya my concern is about skincare, tapi my concern, I really love chemistry. So I love everything about chemicals. Dan ditadihkan lepas habis SPM, I apply for JPA scholarship. Dan Alhamdulillah I dapat JPA full scholarship dan dapat pergi ke Korea. So that's how everything started. So sampai kat Korea, kita punya, actually I more to orang kata nak jadi doktor lah. Macam science background, something macam tu.
Yes.
Tapi of course kita akan go for the scholarship opportunity kan. So I
Of
take
course.
dan dia punya option hanyalah nak jadi engineer. Kan, so dia bagi few option, nak jadi chemical ke electrical engineer.
That is one thing about it, right? So a lady wanted to be a doctor, but because the background, you terpaksa choose that kursus yang fall within the scholarship.
Yeah,
so it actually sort of killed your dream of becoming a doctor. But I guess every door that closes, open another opportunity, kan? If not, you will be a doctor today, but not a brand owner, not an entrepreneur. But what a good blessing in disguise.
Yeah, and then bila pergi Korea tu, at that moment Korea kan dia masa tu 2007-2008, dia sangat famous with Hallyu. Hallyu is K-wave. So it's a government initiative. They want to boost K-beauty, K-drama and K-pop. So they are pushing the agenda like tremendously. You can go anywhere in Korea and you can see like cendawan tumbuh selepas hujan punya level of Korean beauty store. So balik daripada belajar chemical engineering dekat sana, I will pass by all those small stores kan, and then I will sit on the floor dekat drugstore and reading all the ingredients because I think it's very related to my apa yang I belajar dekat lab. So that is one of the way I kill my homesick kot, homesickness kan. So macam kita rindu kat Malaysia, apa nak buat lepas habis kuliah. So I guess that's how I punya hobi lah at that time.
Do you have to learn Korean language?
Yes, of course. We learn everything for 5 years in chemical engineering, everything in Korean.
Okay,
all the
I can
textbook
start
in
with
Korean.
안녕하세요 only. That's it. That's about
I
it.
dah ingat-ingat lupa lah sebab dah lama kan. Tapi
Okay.
that's how it started. So balik Malaysia, I rasa macam, okay, I dah ada background chemical and I spent a lot of time studying K-beauty dekat sana sebab of the Hallyu kan. So macam tu lah terjadinya the Pastel Shop, minat terhadap skincare.
Did you work for someone before you start the Pastel Shop? Did you work for a beauty brand ke? Ada tak?
Okay, of course. So balik daripada Malaysia, memang berkobar-kobar lah nak buat business because I always love doing business. I love money.
Oh, that's very frank. I love that.
Yeah.
I also love money. That's why I'm venture
money.
capitalist.
I want to see the money grow day by day. So that's my dream. Unfortunately, I have a family which is not coming from a very good background. Actually, sibling pun 2 orang je. It's not like a very bad background lah. But my parents of course tak bagilah. Yeah, you tak boleh buat business. You kena kerja kerajaan. You kena kerja, at least kerja lah kat mana-mana. I even got the PTD punya exam, pass, and I sorok surat tu sebab I tak nak pergi PTD punya government kan. So akhirnya I kerja dekat oil and gas punya industry because I think it's very related to my background lah,
Yes.
chemical. So 5 years as chemical engineer, kumpul duit banyak-banyak sampai I can convince everyone, okay, I nak berhenti and then I nak pursue my dream. Macam tu.
Well, that's also a good thing to be
Yeah.
exposed to a corporate culture.
Yes.
Because I think there are many orang yang nak start business. Of course, with that desire.
Yes.
You know, it's a lot about the want. But
Yes.
you do not really know the how yet, right? You tengok senang saja orang buat business. But,
Betul.
you know, now I'm sure you can tell, like, write a book about how difficult it is. Kan?
Yes.
Especially cosmetic is a very competitive world.
Yes.
In my previous fund, before I sort of spent more time in Malaysia, I had a fund when we invested in a cosmetic company. It was is a guy from NUS, also studied chemical engineering. And then he was really into perfection. So he started a beauty brand, Color Cosmetics. And it was really tough. Because it's a retail business, it's a fast-moving business. You know, cosmetics lagi color cosmetic dia memang ikut trend.
Yeah.
You know,
And you have different shades.
exactly. Skincare is like, okay, there's only one skincare. Botol pun boring because you need to
Yeah.
look clean, kan?
Yes.
But cosmetic is really, you takkanlah you jual satu colour saja lipstick kan. That lipstick have to different texture lah, different
Yes.
colour, different. I was like, you know, I got educated about the cosmetic business. Although margin dia besar, but the retail is something that kills, you know, most of the
Yes.
businesses, right? But of course, that time, more than 15 years ago, online purchases or online selling tak lagi, you know,
Booming.
booming.
Not yet.
There's no TikTok, you know, online pun susah, you know, people have to go to retail shop. But I think during COVID, semua tu change quite a bit,
Yes.
right? The habit. So coming back, you've been to Korea and you've seen like shops tu, they pop up macam mushroom kiri kanan, you know, as a consumer, I masuk, I pun nak, oh my God, which one should I choose?
Yeah.
The question of which one should I choose, right? Actually, is it something that you ask yourself when you develop the product? Like, you know, because if I give too many choices and the choice is too difficult to understand, the consumer may not believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was told that, you know, don't give too many choices so that the decision making is simpler.
Yeah.
So in a beauty market that's super crowded, you know, you mentioned that you saw the peluang that you want to bring K-beauty back, but of course it's driven by the fact that you love to do business.
Yes.
Right? And of course, every woman loves cosmetic beauty product. Kan?
Yeah.
So am I right to say that, that desire to buat business, whether it's a cosmetic business ke apa tu, is already burning when you were studying, when you were growing up. It's not about like when you graduate baru you tersedar you nak buat business.
Memang daripada study.
Dari study.
Daripada sekolah rendah, I memang nak buat business. I've been telling my parents. Cuma the only problem, I'm not sure if this macam satu blessing ke apa. I'm too pandai for for that kind of thing. So I grow up joining a lot of Olympiad. And then my teacher pun notice I baru darjah 4 I can solve the form 3 punya mathematics at maths without nobody teaching me. So something yang orang macam pelik lah, budak ni pelik. And they train me a lot of macam, okay, kita nak groom budak ni sampai dia jadi orang kata high achiever dalam SPM. Kita bagi dia sampai 12A, 13A. Macam tu I join those kind of training. So dia, tapi dalam hati tu memang nak buat business. So every time ada hari kantin ke apa, I yang paling ke depan. I macam, okay, tak nak join competition macam mathematics ke apa, I nak join hari kantin. So masa kat Korea pun, kalau ada hari kebudayaan macam dekat Stadium Korea, I will represent Malaysia punya tourism. I akan apply, kata okay, I nak berniaga kuih kari pap ke anything, nasi lemak ke apa, tapi I nak feel building something and jual. So I think memang minat business tu sangat-sangat mendalam lah.
Okay, I was similar background. My mom only went to standard 2. We came from a really below B40 background. We stay in a 1-bedroom house, a flat actually, not even house, 1 bedroom saja. But I did jual benda like kuih muih, not because I wanted to be a entrepreneur. At that time, I was like, I needed money. I needed pocket money. So jual beli is the simplest to understand.
Yes.
That time was, of course, I'm much older. There's no concept for entrepreneurship. But I think, you're lucky. At least you are very focused when you are growing, during your study. You know what to choose. You know how to expose yourself. And I must say, at that time when I was schooling, I don't have a plan. I was just like going, macam, whatever lah. There was no plan. But I know my ambition is to make money. But there wasn't a plan. So I think it's a daydream at that time. But, thank God it turned out okay.
Of course you are.
But I think it's also because my parents, like yours, because my mom only go to standard 2, right? So she doesn't have a concept of telling me what to do because she didn't know what to do, right? So there wasn't stopping. You tak boleh buat ni lah, you tak boleh buat ni lah. I panjat pokok, main guli pun. There's no such thing as no.
Oh, okay.
So that actually, sort of lift up the limit, the mindset of girls cannot do this, cannot do that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I, that's why people say, you speak as if like you're very confident. I said, yeah, maybe because when I was small, nobody say no to me. Kan?
Yeah.
So I think that's also one thing that's important. So before this interview, of course, I check out, your brand. And the first look was very clean, very local, and really very affordable for our market, right? So nak tanya, sometimes, balancing the affordability dengan quality yang mampu, affordable to the young audience, how do you actually balance that? Because there are some people who say, is the price is so low. Is it, real? Is it good ke? Nanti apa-apa. How do you actually, take that myth or mindset away?
Okay. Actually, it's a super long story lah. Masa I start my business, tak adalah semurah ini tau. My first product adalah my serum dan harga dia around RM79. Itu 2019. And then bila kita dah start COVID, there's a lot of boycott going on with the US market. And there's orang kata terlalu banyak China punya brand yang masuk. And then dia membangunkan I daripada tidur lah. We have to compete. Kalau tak, I akan tenggelam sampai bila-bila. So, in order to compete, I memang nak buat something. Itu memang apa yang I notice sekarang lah. Tapi berkenaan dengan benda yang murah ni, memang from day one, for those who has been macam friends with me, my staff yang dah years working with me, dia memang tahu yang I daripada dulu memang pitch kat diorang, you see one day my product will be in Mr. DIY. I want to make like everyone can have the chance to wear affordable skincare. Like kita selalu associate skincare yang bagus untuk orang yang kaya-kaya because it's expensive, it's premium. But actually what if we can make something affordable, like it's no longer a luxury, it's macam satu keperluan harian kan, so it's supposed to be affordable. Dan ditakdirkan lah, sebab I memang dah ada dream untuk buat benda murah ni kan. Ditakdirkan I masuk pertandingan Selangor Accelerator Program 2023 dan I menang pertandingan tu 2023. Kita pitch for investors. Maybe you interested in me one day.
Oh, of course. I'm always interested in beautiful people to start with.
Okay, so I menang pertandingan tu dan dia hantar I pergi training ke Alibaba HQ.
Oh, nice.
Ke China for 7 days. I train dekat sana. So, datanglah pelbagai brand owner daripada China yang bagi talk dekat kami semua ni, yang pemenang. Dan one thing yang I'm very interested, dia cakap, I raise tangan lah, I cakap, macam mana you boleh produce super low price? Sedangkan China bukannya mata wang rendah. Dia punya mata wang kan tinggi. And kalau kita pergi kat sana, macam we are living in the future. Everywhere is robot, sangat canggih, everything.
Exactly.
Actually, barang daripada China high quality tau. Kalau skincare, I sendiri yang check dia punya ingredients, memang pass all the checklist. So, how you make it super affordable? So, dia cakap macam ni, dulu, dekat China ni, dia punya mindset, kita negara OEM. We produce thing for the others. We produce for the US. And then, bila dia ada tegang sedikit hubungan dengan US,
Yes.
it's about time kita becoming the US. Our kilang is our brand. So, kalau dulu kilang A produce bantal untuk Hilton, for example, now kilang A produce jenama luxury sleeping something lah. Okay, dia bagi brand. So, kita caras Hilton punya brand. Kita kita benamkan our competitor which is coming from our kilang sendiri. So, itu dia punya cara untuk compete with the market. And then I fikir, okay, itu rahsianya. So, maksudnya, produk ini straight coming from the kilang. Sedangkan kat Malaysia, okay, katakanlah brand founder itu adalah artis ya. Artis dia nak buat skincare, dia akan pergi dekat agent. Agent akan pergi kat marketing agency. Marketing agency akan pergi dekat consultant. And then consultant baru pergi kat kilang. So imagine how the layer.
How many macam MLM saja?
Yeah,
so many
like
layers kan?
But it's actually the fees lah we have to pay because ada banyak checkpoint kat situ yang kita kena pass. So imagine I already chemist, I know how to formulate. Imagine I ada kilang. So kat situ macam, dekat China masa tu. Tapi takkan I tiba-tiba nak buat kilang. Imagine nak buat kilang berapa juta I perlu. Benda tu macam bring myself back. And walaupun I ada background chemist, I tak boleh attach myself to the lab sangat. I am a business owner. I have to own my staff. I kena manage duit, audit everything. So I tak boleh start dekat lab je. I kena ada kilang yang dah siap hari esok. So apa yang I buat dekat China tu juga, I call my pengeluar bagi produk kita, pengilang lah. I cakap dekat dia. So he's a Chinese guy, sangat-sangat rapat juga dengan I. Dia pun background chemist dan kita orang memang kamcing lah bila nak formulate barang. So I kata, hey, you beli I punya share company sekarang? I jual 1%. So masa tu kat China tau. So by selling my share to you, it means I own your company, you own a part of me. We are macam, kita kahwin lah. Kita macam merge. And then dia kata, Sarini, you kat China, relax. Dia kata, tak boleh, you kena beli juga. I nak kilang. I supaya you boleh quote dekat I murah. Macam tu. So I push dia dan berjaya lah dia beli. Finally dia beli 1%. For how many tu tak nak reveal lah. Tapi kita berjaya jual. So we are doing it right now for almost 2 years. Meaning kilang straight to the Pastel Shop. It's no longer the Pastel Shop minta quotation daripada kilang, no. I sendiri pergi kilang, hey, I want you stop that brand punya line, you start our line. Macam tu. So I dah ada full control. that's how I buat. So sekarang ni business talk sikit lah.
It's okay. I
It's
love
about
it because I think
strategy.
a lot of
Yeah.
this are something that you can read from an MBA book and all
Yes,
this.
yes.
And as an investor, of course, besides giving money to the founders, we have to teach them how to do business. I mean, do business is not ABC
Yeah.
management book, Harvard MBA. It's a lot about relationship.
Yes.
It's about how you pitch to
Yes.
your partner. It's not just a win, right? Kalau when the moment you pitch to that guy, he also think about. I'm sure he's not stupid. He's also thinking like,
Yes.
oh, this is a potential brand that's going to grow. So if I own part of it, I dapat juga both side. I dapat the sales for doing
Yes.
the production, but as you grow your brand, the brand equity.
Yeah.
His valuation also grows.
Yes.
But of course,
Actually,
you're lucky.
already triple.
Yeah.
Actually.
You're lucky that you managed to seize that moment,
Yes.
right? Because business integration is really important in the business. What we always ask the founders is that, oh, you're doing this product. What about the raw materials?
Yes.
Have you secured the supply chain? So we have an investment in an EV company, and yesterday I was interviewing them, and it was a lot of parts are actually from OEM, right? Even you have the IP, but you kena tunggu beli battery lah, beli
Yes.
apa XYZ. If one of the parts is missing, the bike doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that you have realized that early to secure your supply chain and also to cut away all the middlemen.
Yeah.
I think in today's world, you no longer need middlemen. Sebab last time cari jodoh pun ada middleman. Sekarang TikTok saja. Apa TikTok pula? Apa tu yang swipe left right tu?
Oh, I tak tahu.
Tinder ke apa? It's all the middlemen semua. No need mother and father to
Yeah.
introduce already. But that's I think is a key milestone for you. At least you tak akan rasa risau that OEM company tu nanti dia dapat tempahan besar, dia stop my
Yes.
line, the product
But
tu semua.
actually, it takes a lot of effort to convince him lah.
But at least you try.
At least I try.
You try and you
Yeah.
are persistent,
Yeah.
right? Of course, he said, no, relax lah, maybe it's just something you rasa, But I think persistent is something that entrepreneurs should have
Yes.
in their DNA. I always say if you are malu-malu, you are not a hustler, and your muka is not tebal enough,
Yeah.
don't be an entrepreneur, because you need to talk to strangers, you need to talk to people who might reject you, but who knows?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to try, kan?
Yes.
So I totally understand this and the complexity of I would say cosmetic, you call it toiletries, FMCG, is a very complex process. So besides the cosmetic company I invested, we also did a listing for a company that probably Malaysians would know. That was my previous fund. If you know this fish oil, pristine fish oil.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That company belongs to Hollister Coltech. So it was my previous fund who listed that company. But that's less long story, more complicated. But coming back to
Interesting.
beauty, I wanted to ask, kalau kita cakap pasal Malaysian beauty kan, the definition of beauty tu, what is it to you? Like, what's your definition of beauty? Does it mean like putting a lot of makeup, or how does it, your own definition?
For skincare world lah, bagi I, memang kena healthy skin and you are comfortable. Meaning, bagi I macam nampak banyak orang rider motor men lah, banyak hantar parcel, and then I can see from their face they are burning under the scorching hot sun. Dia macam muka dia sangat merah. So for me, itu yang I concern. I didn't concern like, oh, you tak mancung lah, you tak putih. I don't care about that.
No dark and
I tak
handsome.
kisah.
No.
Yang penting you are selesa. The most important adalah you are protected by good and safe ingredients. Dan macam I cerita tadi, kalau you athlete atau you rider motor, you are entitled to use good beauty products. It's not only for women. It's not only for orang yang berketerampilan yang nak pergi duduk depan kamera. No. It's for everyone. Sama juga macam shampoo, ubat gigi. So bagi I, beauty standard ni, beauty lah maksud beauty dekat Malaysia ni bagi I menjaga kesihatan dan juga kesihatan lah basically. Hygiene. We avoid from having acne because acne is not comfortable, to be honest. Kan ada orang cakap, biarlah saya ada acne ke apa. No, it's not comfortable. Whatever we can do to help, we will help. We will produce product to save them from those kind of problem. Dan dekat Malaysia ni dia hot and humid weather lah. The challenge is there. Imagine lah kita macam selalu nak jadi macam Korean, but my experience
beauty.
Yeah, my experience staying there, Korean kulit dia cantik for 9 months. And then another 3 months you have summer. Lagi panas daripada Malaysia. Everyone turning kulit dia sama macam kita. Semua naik jerawat here and there. So because dia punya weather sangat-sangat cantik. Sangat cantik. For 9 months you ada windy. Macam you duduk kat genting almost every day. So of course you punya kulit akan terjaga. So
maybe
tak
I
boleh
need to buy
compare.
a house in Genting.
Boleh.
Cantik kan?
Genting boleh. Batang kali ke kan. Sejuk-sejuk.
But I think, you touch a point that I wasn't like planning to discuss. But cosmetic, skincare is always associated with women. Male, kesian saja kan. Dia punya rack dalam supermarket dia satu saja. Sometimes cannot see also.
Yeah.
But theirs is more grooming products. Hair products too.
Yeah.
Because I think most men, they think satu basuh boleh basuh from top to toe kan. That is the old fashioned way lah. But I think more
they
modern,
survive.
younger K-pop punya follower, they do go to facial, they do take extra care. So in your line of product, you ada tak produk-produk untuk the male segment?
Here's the fun fact. 40% of our customers are men. 43%, yeah.
Wow.
So it's true, kita memang collect data every time kita habis live stream, every time kita dapat order a monthly check from Shopee, TikTok, we can conclude around 43%.
Are they, what kind of age group are they?
Up to 40.
Up to 40.
Up to 40. So everyone's here.
So I think, everyone here,
My target
maybe one
customer
of your
here.
customers.
So
wow, that data is actually quite surprising for me. Kan?
If you join our live stream, you can see a lot of men in my session. Dek, muka abang jerawat, diorang sangat-sangat macam tu. I think one of the reason, the packaging. We don't use pink.
Yes.
Black, white. It's very
This
simple.
one very clean, right?
And
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
simple.
if I buy that box, I pergi counter, then the lady will look at me. Why I buy cosmetic?
Yeah.
It's like just a normal
And our sunscreen
box.
all black. All black packaging. So
Nice.
dia tak malu nak bawa pergi mana-mana. So instead of, kita tahu lelaki dia nak beli ubat jerawat, nak ubat jerawat dia cakap. Tapi kalau perempuan, saya nak cari salicylic 2%, 3%. So kita jumpa kat tengah-tengah, di mana dekat packaging kita ada label how many percentage of the salicylic. Tapi dalam masa yang sama kita tulis juga for acne. Simple.
Yes.
Simple. You can pergi Guardian, you ambil je, tak payah fikir panjang. Dia tak ada glittery, you tak malu nak letak dalam basket. So that's one of the approach. And then another thing, I think because of my, walaupun nampak macam pinky-pinky, nampak lembut kan, but actually I sangat suka hitam putih lah. If you can see all the branding semua.
Oh, if I know you suka hitam putih, I tak payahlah pergi cari pastel. This is my first time wearing yellow. I was like,
pun macam nak lembut sikit hari ni.
yeah, but I guess black and white is easy to associate,
Everyday
right?
baju I hitam. Kalau you tengok Instagram baju I, kita boleh geng.
Patut cari buat research dulu. I was like, oh, yellow, but because Pastel Shop kan.
Sekali-sekala.
Okay, never mind. So maybe I quite like the yellow. So now, so that's an interesting fact that 43% of your customers are male.
Yes.
Okay, so are they mostly locals or you have overseas clients as well right now?
Currently kalau TikTok dengan Shopee, so our data mostly for locals lah.
Locals.
But we
yes.
also selling well in Brunei. In 10 of ada 10 outlet Melvida Brunei yang jual barang kita.
Okay.
Dekat Singapore pun melalui Shopee Singapore, tapi officially offline store dekat Singapore belum ada lagi.
So, well, the fun fact here, the K-beauty industry is valued at more than $13 billion and is growing fast, right? So are you, at times while you're growing a business, is there like things that you worry, is so competitive? How do I stay on top of it? Of course, innovation is one thing, and the good thing is that you are the own chemist. You do the formulation. You're one step ahead. If let's say artis yang nak buat brands ni, he or she is not in the supply chain,
Yes.
right? So he has to go through many layers and all this, right? So after that many layers, of course, you're a bit delayed, but you're direct. You're in tune with the chemistry world, the trends, and you have the factory right at your command. So I think that's one of the I would say the upper side lah,
Yes.
yang boleh make you stay on top.
To be honest, it's my, orang kata memang makanan saya. I really love making 2-in-1 hybrid products. So we are accepting the trend and we cherish the trend as well. Kalau boleh, we want to produce more in the future. So I think it's a good trend where consumerism tu kita dapat reduce all the costing, all the budgets, and reduce orang kata pencemaran lah. We have to be eco-conscious as well. So I think
less plastic,
less plastic, less product. So I think it's a good trend.
Yeah. So you I've seen that you built quite a good traction online. Of course, dulu cosmetic shops, but I think now shops is also online. Most of the shops, right? Orang kata dulu you nak kutip harta, you buy properties. All the billionaires, they are asset owners. They are, their asset on the ground. But now the billionaires, they're building assets on the cloud. Like Facebook, they're all like, data centers are all in the cloud, right? So in terms of your revenue split, we don't dive into like the details of it, right? If let's say, for example, your revenue is 10 million, how much of it comes from online and how much of it is offline?
So we started with 100% online. So 100%, I think around 2023, still 100% online. But getting into 2024, suddenly we go to nationwide Guardian, Aeon Wellness. So everything changed. Around 80% online and 20% is offline. But 2025 and 2026, we are looking the trend. Maybe dia akan increase lagi banyak untuk offline because we are getting into other retailers as well, which I cannot reveal yet. It's still under signing process, document and everything. Tapi kita boleh expect 70 and 30 lah. But the online is still stronger than offline for us yet until today.
So I think building an online business is also I would say a myth. Banyak orang dia start dia punya online e-commerce shop, but there's no traction. How do you actually, what is the secret recipe? Maybe I reframe it, right? For people to go to your online shop and memang nak beli, bukan browse saja. Like, you can have many people browse, like even a physical shop, right? I masuk, I tengok, then I keluar. What is that sticky factor for you? And how do you build that?
I think the live stream trend is very is the reason.
Engaging.
Engaging, and they are creating the FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't want to miss this flash deal for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I think the trend lah, live stream trend ni sangat-sangat mengubah orang kata landscape e-commerce. Kalau dulu kita masuk website, okay, we have plenty of time to browse and everything. But now kita ada limited time coupon, limited time deals. So sebagai seseorang yang sangat into e-commerce, nak tak nak kita kena aware dengan this kind of orang kata gula-gula of online lah. We call it manis-manis. Okay, the coupon, all the vouchers.
Dangle the carrots.
And then kalau macam dia dah beli, kalau dia review dia dapat produk apa, kita follow up previous buyer, repeat purchase, you punya voucher pun different. So sebagai e-commerce, nak tak boleh lari, you kena study benda tu and implement to your store. So that bila dia masuk, dia memang akan secure the purchase.
I think it's very important to know what the customer wants, what the customer needs, and what are the wish lists. I rasa, every time I go browse, then I tak beli. Memang the system is smart, of course, smart enough to remind me, hey, you didn't buy. Why don't I throw you a 50% discount?
Yeah.
That actually is understanding consumer behavior. To me, is understanding psychology. Yang you kata lah, FOMO. So, I think for me, business 101, if you're not about business, you need to understand psychology. Psychology of your investors, your staff, even your customers. Because people always like, oh, you know, the difference between giving people a 20% discount and a $5 voucher is $5 voucher, you have that feeling of it is a real voucher, you know, so it's $5. Kalau I tak guna, sayang je.
Oh, okay.
But if you give a 20% discount, it can, you know, amount to the same thing. But the $5 thing is what I learned from Singapore. I mean, I stay in Singapore. There was dulu this Robinson, the sale worth waiting for. They put the $5 discount on newspaper.
Okay.
I see people buying stacks of newspaper to cut out the $5.
For the vouchers.
Yes. But they have also, so somebody make it like a case study. If you put a 20% voucher on a newspaper, nobody will cut it out. Yes, that's something I noticed. Because I also cut out
the value of the...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you see now Watsons and Guardians, right? They sort of like, I realized they switched to cash voucher.
Yeah.
Not 20%. Because 20% kalau maths I tak, tu pun I kena compute lagi 20% dari apa. But $5 is like an immediate thing.
Yes.
So I don't have to think so much. Like you said, for acne, takkanlah for apa because the man cannot compute lah, you know. They might confuse. When you're confused, you don't purchase anything, kan? Right. So good. That's really important. How you stay relevant and you have that sticky factor to make sure that your product is relevant to your customers and I would say the mechanics. To influence how they purchase, kan?
Because I think nak tak nak memang you have to be competitive. Kita boleh cakap, oh, we have to buat branding, kita kena buat marketing, this kind of marketing, kita kena jaga image kita. But in the end of the day, how you want to stay competitive? Ini from the business point of view lah. Bukannya marketer punya point of view. Nak tak nak memang we have to secure the purchase from our customers. We have to reflect our revenue. So business owners kena study lah that part.
Okay, so that's a lot of insights. I'm sure, you know, the founders who are really dreaming of starting their own brand, you know, you can maybe get, you know, you can mentor them. You know, the young ones. like how because you've done it. Of course, you know, you have a lot more to achieve, but at least, you know, you have built it over time. All the lessons that you've learned, it's good to share, right? It's good to share. So last question for you as a founder, right? What remains an unfinished, you know, business in your journey? Or you would say that this is just the starting of your journey, because journey kita boleh break in different phases, kan?
Yeah.
So phase 1 yang, you know, maybe first 10 years, you're trying to find your compass, you know.
Yes.
Even product also you try and error. Then you find yang product yang classic. You know, of course, then you have to reinvent. You know, product extension is very important. But for you, maybe if I could ask you, like, you know, the next 5 years and the next 10 years, do you see yourself still running it? Still very hands-on? Still pergi lab? Oh, ingredient ni tak cukup, tak bagus ke apa? Or there is already, in 5 years, I'm going to get a good valuation. I'm going to sell everything. Pergi holiday ke apa?
So my exit plan ke lebih kurang lah ya. My dream, I think ada satu yang betul-betul unfinished business lah ya for me.
We can have part 2 of the podcast. Baru finish tu.
Okay, I sentiasa bagi tahu dekat orang yang sekeliling lah my dream. Dulu I pernah cakap one day we are going to be in Guardian and then after 5 years we are there. Okay. Now I'm telling my team, one day you'll see a skincare company that looks like Decathlon or IKEA but selling skincare, and it's us. I've been telling them almost every day. And they, oh ya Kak Dini, ya. Dia orang macam tak tahu nak percaya ke tak Kak Dini.
Why Decathlon and why IKEA? Of course, IKEA, I love it. I think the way they designed the product, from the way the product was designed to the way people shop. It's
Okay.
an experience. It's an experience for me at least, bukanlah I tukang kayu ke apa, but I
Yeah.
love to assemble those products, right?
Okay. Why? Actually, dia punya business module. I really love it. Like, you masuk dekat dalam IKEA or you masuk dalam Decathlon, you have everything. You have cafe, you have like product yang super high quality, luxurious product, everything in one place. And dia macam ni tau, orang yang baru nak belajar bersukan pun dia boleh masuk tanpa malu-malu beli kasut sukan kat situ. Tapi if I yang tak pernah join pilates, tiba-tiba masuk kedai sport yang mahal-mahal, I rasa malu and inferior, rasa segan lah. Kita tak fit and suddenly nak beli orang kata running gear. But Decathlon give that kind of orang kata comfort space. Oh, I can be that. I notice dekat dalam skincare industry, you takut nak masuk kedai skincare, especially lelaki, because you rasa macam, oh, I tak cukup cantik untuk berada dalam kedai skincare. So, we are comfortable there. And then, one more thing, I don't want to be just a brand. I want to be a company. Sebab I sangat suka chemical. So, one day you akan nampak pencuci pinggan Pastel Group, pencuci lantai Pastel Group, that's good for eczema skin. So, it's more than just the Pastel Shop. So, currently Pastel Group sendiri dah ada the Pastel Shop. We have Radical Plus and Kinda. Kinda, we are doing a lot of deodorant like antiperspirant, natural, friendly, and it's super cheap, like half price of the market. So, we are growing. We are going to launch banyak lagi brand lain, including home care, laundry, detergent. So, it's like everything in one place. Everything about chemical, ada dekat dalam tu. If you want to learn about chemical, dalam tu. So, it's a good introduction for kids juga one day kan. Maybe kita boleh produce a lot of raw material sendiri. So, I've been talking to a lot of other universities. Diorang guna dragon fruit sebagai antioxidant extract. So, I think ada banyak benda yang I belum tap into. I just don't want to be like, oh, I selling lipstick, but I'm selling everything about chemical. Want to build a legacy one day.
I think I like your point that when you go to IKEA or Decathlon, what I really noticed was there were really hardly any salespeople.
Yeah, nobody push you to buy anything.
Exactly, because not that my shape is so good. I masuk the expensive store, the sales lady, I think they are highly trained, but it's still, it feels uncomfortable. I think people like to have that freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom to choose, to try without, I mean, if I want opinion or help, I can go to you.
Yeah.
But that also reduces the cost of operating a store. Everything is self-service.
Self-service, yes.
Yeah. So it's good. I can imagine like the Muji. I
Yeah,
really love
Muji.
going to Muji.
Same, Muji.
Yeah. So it's so pleasant to sometimes I just pergi sana minum kopi saja.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Very comfortable.
just admire all the beautiful things. But I think, it's really a grand plan.
Yeah,
Keep
it's
us
huge.
in touch. And really hope that you can make Malaysia
day.
proud. Be the IKEA of the world, the IKEA of the beauty business.
Yes.
Right? So I think we are almost at the end of the chat. I call this a chat. Macam
Okay.
santai saja lah.
Yes.
But I have one, let's switch to something more fun. I have that 7 fire question challenge for you.
Okay.
You don't have to explain why. You just choose, right?
Okay.
So maybe this is a good time for your fans to know about
fans?
you, your fans, your followers, right? Okay, so are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sheet mask or night cream?
Night cream.
Pink pastel or mint green?
Mint green.
Ice cream or cake?
Ice cream.
Sleep or K-drama?
Sleep.
Product launch or packaging reveal?
Packaging reveal.
Spa day or strategy day?
Strategy day.
One word to describe the Pastel Shop?
Transparent.
Thank you so much. And this is kisah Pastel Shop. Bukti bila wanita tempatan berani membina jenama sendiri, you can make it. So everyone should have a dream. And don't just daydream lah. You have to work on it, kan?
Yeah.
So beauty is really not just about perfection. It's about confidence, care, and culture. And when we celebrate who we are, we glow, to become ourselves, which is the most important glow that anyone should have. So I'm Rina Neo. the host of this podcast and also co-founder of Rice Bowl. You're listening to The Unfinished Business. And until next time, stay bold, stay beautiful, and keep building what's yours. Thank you so much.